The meta statement that I'm trying to make is you made us this week.
Yes, it was so sorry.
You women.
So sorry.
Yeah, and now you're trying to poke it, and we just don't have the tools because you stripped them for us by making it so easy for us.
This is what I'm saying. I can only apologize.
This was so good. I was immediately hooked right from the beginning. I watched it all in one day. I couldn't stop. Yeah, it was so good. But I'd love to know for you guys, was there any like intimidation here? Because there's some big shoes to fill in these roles.
Yes, of course. Sure. Of course. But our story feels so different. Like the cat we're trying to skin is so different than the one that the film did, that hopefully people will get the fun nods and the clear inspiration, but see it as its own cat.
Skinned.
The
PETA people are going to love that one.
Skinless cat.
Lizzy Caplan endorses cat skinning.
I love it.
News at 11.
I love it. Love to skin cats.
Was it intimidating at all for you, Joshua?
Yes, for all the same. It's an iconic movie, and unfortunately for us, it's also an excellent movie.
Yes, it's
right?
A great movie.
It'd be so much better to be retelling something that's sort of like mediocre, but it's not mediocre. But the way like that story is also very much of its time. So there is an obvious opening when you watch the movie again to delve into the Alex character, but also to have some repercussions or accountability for the Dan character. So there's a lot of space that is opened up that the movie sort of implies for the modern audience. I mean, when you watch it, it's wonderful that he is able to just skate on everything and the world just falls at his feet, but hard to get away with that these days.
Yeah, until that horrible woman comes and messes up his perfect life, the sweet guy's life.
Sweet, innocent man.
I know.
Yeah.
So poor Dan.
Poor Dan.
Poor Dan.
I mean, that is what everybody left the theater thinking. Poor Dan.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy to think about.
We're in different times. Yeah.
Yes. Joshua, one of the things I love about your performance is it feels like you're a very different person before and after prison. I just see that. And I'd love to know how you pulled that off. Like, what was your mindset in doing that?
I think that prison and the American carceral system is like possibly the most degrading thing that a human being can go through. So I think spending 15 years inside of an environment that is trying to strip you of your humanity after you've been at the very center of the easiest version of being a human, a successful adult white male, I think that would be hard for an ego. I'd also randomly met a man who had recently come out of prison and was doing reintegration outreach, so was able to just have the conversation of like, tell me how far off I am here and what an ego goes, what a personality goes through when they have to be in this space for that long. And then stripping away the prison piece of it, like I said, Dan is right at the center of the easiest version of life, right? He is raised inside of a, financially secure household. It has every educational opportunity on the planet, it has like solid employment and a career path available to him the second he gets out of college. Also meets somebody who shares his vision of life, gets married and has a kid, is successful and lauded inside of his chosen work life. So like everybody has their difficulties, but that's as good as it gets, right? And so here's this guy whose self-conception is, I am all of these things. I'm a good dad. I'm a good father. I'm a successful man. I am a pillar of the community, and I'm on a path to achieving even more. That so long as I do the right things, the world owes me these rewards. And then the second that his ego gets like just pricked just a little bit, and he doesn't feel like he's all of these things, you use a great word for this earlier, he has a tantrum. And his tantrum is, I need someone to flatter me so I can feel okay about myself. And he does this, he reaches outside of his marriage, he chooses a partner in that dance who is his perfect, like the perfect wrong partner, perfect in the negative sense for the volatility of that situation. But he also, his conception of himself is such that he can't, if Dan had just had an affair, gone to his wife, said, I messed up, huge mess up, a very, very big mess up. And I'm going to make it right. And here's why I did the things that I did. And here's the pieces of like my ego or whatever that I need to examine. Actually, nothing to do with you. This is my work to do. Whatever that conversation needed to be, we would have had a very short show. But he can't do that. And because he can't do that, then he has to go through the darkest possible version of this, where he loses everything and spends 15 years in a box thinking about it, and then has to come out and essentially recreate who he is as a human being, because none of the things that he used to be are available to him. He's not a good father. He's not a good husband. He's not a fine, upstanding member of the community. He's not a successful person. He's an ex-con that nobody gives a shit about, right? And so starting from, and he's old, right? So he's all the things our culture doesn't have any time or space for. So where does that ego start to rebuild, and what does that man look like? That's a long answer. Anyway, yes, I agree.
I think what Josh is saying is that we as a culture have done a huge disservice to privileged white males.
It's so true.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they don't have a thick enough skin, and it's our fault.
Yeah. That's
our show's an apology to privileged white males everywhere.
It's true. That's exactly. The meta statement that I'm trying to make is, you made us this week.
Yes, it was so sorry.
You women.
So sorry.
Yeah, and now you're trying to poke it, and we just don't have the tools because you stripped them for us by making it so easy for us.
This is what I'm saying. I can only apologize.
Thank you.
I apologize.
Finally.
As well. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. You know what? It's nice to be seen, finally.
Yes. Oh, you guys, that's my time. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Really great performances.
Just like
from
a
both
white
of
man,
you.
I literally took up all the time.
It was
in that
great. I
interview.
got
It's
to go on a
okay.
little beach vacation.
Thank you guys so much. Seriously.
Thank you.